Emotions, in their infinite variety and intensity, are the silent architects of our daily experience. They paint the inner landscape with shades of joy and sorrow, hope and despair, anger and peace. Yet, despite their ubiquity and power, many of us have not been taught to tend to them, to recognize, name, and channel them in ways that serve our well-being. The importance of learning to control your emotions cannot be overstated. It is the difference between being a passive passenger and the captain of your own life. Those who master this art find themselves empowered, resilient, and capable of facing adversity with grace. However, those who don't risk being swept away by the tides of their own feelings. At the heart of every emotional storm lies a simple choice. Do you learn to harness your feelings, or do you allow them to consume you? This contradiction may seem stark, but life's complexities often reduce to such fundamental crossroads. When we neglect our emotions, when we fail to listen to the whispers of anxiety, frustration, grief, or desire, we relinquish agency. Our inner world becomes chaotic, our relationships fraught, and our potential obscured by unprocessed pain. The alternative is not easy. It demands courage, vulnerability, and a commitment to ongoing self-reflection. Learning to control your emotions is not about repression or denial. It is about taking the wheel and guiding your emotional energy toward constructive ends rather than destructive ones. It is about remaining present, even when discomfort arises, and forging a path forward that honors both your experience and your integrity. Letting emotions take the helm without conscious guidance often leads to turmoil. Unchecked anger can burn bridges that took years to build. Unprocessed sadness can sap vitality and color life in a perpetual gray. Anxiety, when left untended, can paralyze decision-making and curtail opportunities. Even happiness, in its excess or in pursuit without reflection, can lead to imbalance. The consequences ripple outward. Relationships suffer as communication breaks down and misunderstandings multiply. Professional life falters as emotional reactivity overrides reason and collaboration. Physical health can be affected as chronic stress and emotional strain manifest in the body, causing fatigue, insomnia, or even illness. Most tragically, the sense of self can erode, replaced by shame, guilt, and a feeling of being out of control. So how do you begin the journey towards self-mastery? The process is not linear. It is a lifelong effort marked by setbacks and breakthroughs. Here are foundational steps to consider. Awareness. The first step is to notice your emotions as they arise. This requires mindfulness, a gentle, non-judgmental attention to your inner world. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And allow the answer to surface without resistance. Acceptance. Many people judge their emotions, believing that certain feelings are bad or unacceptable. Acceptance means recognizing that all emotions have a purpose, even if their expression needs guidance. Identification. Naming your emotions gives you power over them. Instead of saying, I'm upset, try to be more specific. I feel disappointed, I'm anxious, or I'm hurt. Expression. Healthy expression of emotion is key. This may mean talking to a trusted friend, journaling, creating art, or engaging in physical movement. Bottling up your feelings often leads to escalation, while appropriate expression fosters release and understanding. Regulation. Regulation means choosing how and when to express your emotions. It involves self-soothing, seeking perspective, and sometimes delaying reaction until clarity emerges. Techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or simply taking a walk can help. Reflection. After the emotional wave has passed, reflect on what triggered it, how you responded, and what you might do differently next time. This is how growth occurs. Every moment, you choose how to respond to your emotional experience. Even when feelings seem overwhelming, there is always a choice, however small, available to you. You may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can choose your response. This is the essence of emotional self-mastery. For those struggling, this message is vital. There is always a choice. Even when the world feels heavy, when pain seems unrelenting, you have options. You can reach out for help, take a break, or simply allow yourself a moment of kindness. Choosing to act rather than react is itself a triumph. If you are among those wrestling with unruly emotions, know that you are not alone. The journey to self-mastery is a path walked by all who seek peace. It is normal to stumble, to feel overwhelmed, to wonder if things will ever change. But every step you take towards self-awareness is a step away from chaos and toward control. The ability to learn, to adapt, to grow is built into you. You are not defined by your worst moments or your most intense feelings. Change happens one decision at a time. Celebrate small victories, even if they seem insignificant. They accumulate, slowly but surely, into transformation. Storms do pass. The emotional intensity of today will not last forever. With patience and effort, clarity and calm will return. Learning to control your emotions is not about denying their existence. It is about honoring their place in your life while refusing to let them steer you off course. It is a practice of self-respect, of choosing dignity and peace over chaos and regret. You are not powerless in the face of your emotions. You can choose to learn, to adapt, to grow. And in making that choice, day after day, you claim the gift of control, not only over your feelings, but over the life you create for yourself. For every person who feels consumed by emotion, let this be your reminder. There is always a choice, and with each act of self-mastery, you move closer to the peace and fulfillment you deserve.